I know Kung Fu Panda isn't an anime, and this channel is mainly about anime. But I recently stumbled upon a Tai Lung edit, and it made me rethink how I saw the character when I was younger. Besides, it's still an animation, so I guess it kind of fits. This analysis is just based on the first film though. I haven't watched the last one yet, even though I know they revisit his character. This is a perfect opportunity to hit that subscribe button and leave a like. Tai Lung is a prime example of a character shaped by an overbearing parent, kind of like Michael Jackson and his father. But unlike MJ, Tai Lung's journey ends in a massive crash out, and honestly is pretty justified. Let me explain. Adopted by Shifu as a cub, Tai Lung was raised as his own son and loved very deeply. From that love came Shifu's desire to make him great, as any parent would want, right? And what could be greater than becoming the Dragon Warrior, the greatest warrior in China? So what happens? From a young age, Shifu trains Tai Lung, filling him with everything he knows, major pause, but also constantly telling him you're gonna be the Dragon Warrior. It's your destiny. For a kid growing up hearing this, it becomes all he knows. And since Tai Lung was naturally gifted, arrogance naturally sets in, and he believes it's just a matter of time before I become the Dragon Warrior. Because of this love that Shifu had, he couldn't see what he was creating. So when the time came for Tai Lung to receive the Dragon Scroll and become the Dragon Warrior, Wu was like, hell nah, no way. Much to everyone's surprise, especially Tai Lung. This was the first rejection that he had ever faced. And if you know spoiled kids, you know how they react to rejections. To make matters worse, his father, who put him on this path and whom he wanted to make proud, just stood there and did nothing, while his dream was being ripped away. At this point, Tai Lung was flooded with emotions. His first rejection, womp.
I was the Dragon Warrior! You always knew. But when Oogway said otherwise, what did you do? What did you do? Nothing!
A sense of betrayal from the person he loved the most, and a loss of his life's purpose. Without the path to being a Dragon Warrior, who was Tai Lung exactly? The answer is no one. In that void, a monster was born, a deep insecurity that he would never be enough. So what does he do with all these negative emotions? He crashes out, wreaks havoc in town, killing people until Oogway stops him. Shifu tried, but he couldn't because he loved him too much. So after being thrown in jail for 20 years in complete isolation and in literally one of the most uncomfortable positions you could ever be, he hears that a Dragon Warrior has been chosen. Naturally, he has to find out who Shifu thinks is better than him. So he breaks out of jail with only one goal: to defeat the Dragon Warrior and prove he is the best. Tai Lung is basically like a rapper at this point. When he returns, he confronts Shifu in a much needed closure moment. Shifu, seeing the error of his ways, 40 years too late, finally apologizes. But who cares about his apology? After locking me up for 20 years, the only answer is death. So, but before he could kill Shifu, he finally meets Po, the actual Dragon Warrior. That must have been a shocker for Tai Lung. In his mind, he's probably thinking, they really think this fat panda that sells noodles with his dog dad is better than me? That must have messed him up big time. It's like if your partner leaves you for someone who is undeniably a bum, at least on the outside. If that happened to me, I'd probably lock myself in the room and play Billie Eilish 24/7. I'm not coming out, not showing my face again. But back to Tai Lung. He fights Po and manages to get his hands on the Dragon Scroll. But when he opens it to learn the secret, he can't comprehend it because of everything he has been through. That is what's tragic about his story. Unlike Po, who started from hell and built his confidence all the way up, Tai Lung started from the top, only to have his self-worth and confidence crushed to the point where he cannot see any value in himself, even if he doesn't say it. And that's the true message behind being the Dragon Warrior. And who can blame him? It wasn't his fault. He was like a failed experiment. Firstborns will get what I'm saying. To top it off, he actually loses to Po in the fight, further confirming his belief that he's not the best. And that realization must be crushing to someone like Tai Lung and everything he's gone through. And closing off a story like this is just tragic. But this wraps up his story in the first movie. And I just thought it would be very interesting to revisit him after growing up and being able to understand deeper themes and nuances and going through life. I just hope you guys enjoyed this analysis. Make sure you leave your thoughts in the comments, like, subscribe. We'll catch you in the next one. Also, let us know if you have any other characters you would want us to do a character analysis about. Doesn't have to be anime, but let us know. Bombs out.